about like roles. Roles of, okay, we talk about roles of women. Roles is a touchy word. Yeah. Do you agree? Yeah. What's my role? What's my place? Like, ooh, let's not talk about that. But some things that I just really been praying about, I'm really thinking about, just the role of a woman. Just the tone that we set. You know, people say the word tone. We set the tone with a heartbeat, you know. But two things I've been praying about that's been on my heart, and I just couldn't shake them. I was like, okay, maybe I'm going to talk about a third thing. These things kept coming back to me, and I think they really go hand in hand. I really want to talk about respect and servitude. I think those things are huge for women. I know they're huge for me. By nature, I live with my parents, and, you know, I get into a lot of arguments with my dad. And to be honest, I'm just not very respectful. I never was raised, I've been raised around all men my whole life, but I never was taught to respect. I don't know what that means. I don't really know what that looks like. So becoming a disciple, clearly I had to learn what that means, what that looks like. But two women that come to mind that set the example for me in respect and servitude is Ruth and Rebecca. You hear the story of Ruth and Ruth too, how she meets Boaz. And then you hear the story of Rebecca in Genesis 24, her relationship with Isaac. But when you look at these two women, something that stood out to me that was mind-blowing, and again, naturally not what I think, not naturally what I do, not naturally how I act. But you look at Ruth too, some things I wrote down. When it came to Ruth's relationship with Boaz, Ruth's level of respect and servitude to Boaz was above and beyond. Ruth just served Boaz just as her brother. She didn't expect anything from him. How often as women do we serve and we want something in return? What am I getting out of this deal? What are we working with here? What are we doing here? I know you have said those things because I've said those things. And I think what Will's example, GLH, gut level honest. When we're gut level honest as women, we see that by nature these things are hard for us. If they're good for you, if you're good an example of respect, help me out. Because it's just hard for me to be. So the question again, how often when we serve, do we expect something in return? Do we serve like Ruth? She just gave. She didn't respect anything. Then you see at the end that Boaz and Ruth, they get married, and you see their relationship. But I think she served him, not expecting a relationship at the end. She just served. She wasn't expecting to get anything in return. That was just her heart. That was her heart's desire. I'm just going to serve you no matter who you are, where you come from, what you do, where you live, what job you have, nothing. I'm going to serve you. Is that our hearts as women? I want to serve you, bro. I want to serve you, church. I want to serve you, community. I just want to serve at my job. I just want to serve. That was Ruth. And then we see Rebecca. Genesis 24. We see that Rebecca, she waters Isaac's 10 camels. And I think one thing that stood out to me was she initiated the servitude. She initiated doing those things for him. Again, not expecting anything from him, but just her heart desire to serve. There was no selfishness in Rebecca. I don't think she was a selfish woman. I don't see that in her. It was just a heart just to serve. And again, we see again that Isaac and Rebecca, they get married, and we see their story. But these women, their hearts was a heart of servitude. These women went above and beyond. That's what I think about servitude. When we serve people, do we go above and beyond? Do we go beyond what is expected of us just to meet needs? Wow. When we imitate these women and their respect and their servitude, and just how to respect each other, even if you see in Ruth, her relationship with Naomi, you know, woman-woman relationship. There was, I'll go where you go.
Right.
Your people will be my people.
Right.
There was no competition there. There was no disputing there. There's a level of intimacy with one another. Respect and servitude, again, I believe go hand in hand. Is when we're the heartbeat of the church. We set the tone. I set the tone in my household. You set the tone in your relationships with your roommates. You set the tone with your kids. We set the tone in so many areas of our lives. Do we see that? Do we feel that? Do we live that? Are we the examples of Ruth and Rebecca? Do we have the heart just to go above and beyond? Do we do it with some kind of motive? Do we do it with some kind of, what am I going to get out of this? That's a hard question for me. I was thinking of an example, just some areas, again, like I said, with my household and my dad and how we get into many arguments. I have many other stories of just how, to be honest, I just haven't been an example, and I'm learning this. And think about the men in my Bible talk. I love the brothers in my Bible talk. Love, love, love the men in my Bible talk. They're like some of my best friends. But there's been times where I wasn't always respectful. There was one example of the brother who led Bible talk one time. And let's just say things didn't go so well. Bible talk wasn't going so well. Visitors getting kind of squirmy. The brother was preaching some stuff that wasn't really it was getting a little touchy. So Sanaya, in her wisdom, after Bible talk was over, I said, let me talk to you real quick. You know, I was like, Bible talk was just bad. Bible talk was whack. I feel like you could have did this and this and this and this and this. And he's my good friend, so my heart was, I'm just talking to my friend. He's just my friend here. You know, he thanked me later on for it. Thank you, sis. I really appreciate that. You know, Bible talk was bad. And so I felt justified. Like, hey, he agreed with me.
Right.
He knew that Bible talk was whack. Come on. But again, it wasn't respectful. It wasn't respectful at all. I fell short, and I apologize for him. I apologize to him for that. But how many times do we feel justified in the way that we disrespect? You feel just like, well, you know, Bible talk was bad. He needed to hear it. I didn't think brothers were going to help him out.
Well.
But, again, that's just what I thought. That's
What?
I thought.
Right? GLH, baby, GLH.
But again, I was wrong. I was disrespectful. I'm going to make that clear. But again, I really needed to see how I needed to be respectful. It's just, I could have asked the question a little bit different. Bro, how do you think Bible talk went?
Right.
You know, what do you think I could have did to be of some help to you? But instead, I took my own way. I did what I thought was right, what I thought was wise, what I thought was helpful. I excused my way out of it, but it just wasn't respectful. So again, how are we doing with our respect as women? How are we doing with our servitude? How are we doing with just loving the people around us, men or women? You know, the people that God has put in our lives. And again, these things are hard. But God is like, man, you have two examples of two women who lived it out. You know, who did it to the best of their ability. And who expected nothing, but God blessed them so much. Amen.
Amen.